Finally, Dream's response to the cheating allegations has been released. People are innocent until proven guilty. The burden of proof is always left on the accuser, in this case, Geosquare. However, Dream has correctly debunked all of Geosquare's accusations, false ones at that, which can only make him still innocent. Only someone like Dream could master the skill of proving innocence whilst not even being guilty. Now don't worry, I'm not going to do a rehash or re-upload of what Dream has already done. He's made the argument, he's give you the proof. Go to his channel if you want to see that. But what I am going to do is address these scumbag, low-life YouTubers that decided to not just pick on Dream, but try ruin his career and his life. We're going to cover the scumbags that tried to damage an innocent man. And let's see how they like being picked on or being threatened. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the video. My name's Ghost Rider, and I'm starting to grow major big titties from lockdown. Now I have written a few things down, like Dream covered that he proved that he complied 100%, and they lied in the accusations video where they said that he deleted his mod folder and whatnot. Well, we're not going to pick through things like that. He's already proven that he's not guilty. But one thing I will pick out from the video that I thought Dream could have really picked at and he really didn't, is a lot of his haters, and the video from Geosquare said he was picking at straws trying to make out that the mods were biased towards him, biased against him even. Let me tell you something. This one thing in my mind shows me that they are completely biased against him and they hate him because he's better than them. At speedrunning, of course. Dream has been banned from ever uploading Bedrock speedruns, even though he has never done one, and he was banned way before anyone ever did of accusing him of cheating. The main thing I want to bring up are two people, DarkViper and Toycat. Okay, so a quick interruption. I'm going to slate DarkViperAU. This was before his response to Dream acquitting himself from cheating. I'm here now to give DarkViper a fair shot, so just know after I'm done dragging DarkViper through the dirt, I promise I'm going to give him a fair shout. And I'm not going to be looking at you guys throughout this. This is very important that I stick to script here because I need to justify the things that I say. I'm going to be reading from my computer here, so apologize, you're going to be seeing me looking like this. Let's move on. DarkViper says this.
Talk about the statistics that the Minecraft mods have released. They were overcorrecting in Dream's favor, giving him the truckloads of benefits of the doubt, just overcorrecting by leagues and miles to give any kind of benefit to Dream they possibly could, and they still could only bring it down to 7.5 trillion to 1. It's more likely far higher than that. So Dream stands, you gotta understand, either Dream cheated or Dream's 6 streams should be put in museums. They should be studied. They should be looked on in awe by human generations for the rest of time. Going, oh my god, this is the least likely thing to have occurred fucking ever in human history.
Now I hope you guys will excuse me. I'm going to read this word for word what I read down, because I don't want this to come across as anything other than I want it to. So I'm going to read it off a piece of paper, and I don't care if that offends. So let's talk about it. DarkViper, you cried your eyes out because a streamer committed suicide due to bullying and online harassment, rightfully so. Talk about pot calling kettle black. Mate, are you serious? You didn't just say, in response to Dream apparently cheating, like, yeah, you probably did cheat, I'm guessing. You went out of your goddamn way to try shame him and jump on the bandwagon of hating on Dream.
Why he's screaming about bias and Klaus? Because in his head, he's like, there's the only reason these people care about what I did is because of who I am. But people like me, I fucking hate cheaters. I don't care if you got 1 follower or 10 million. I care about speedrunning. All cheating is bad. The mindset that leads people to cheat is bad. I'm sure Dream stands are sitting there right now going, look, there's a possibility that dragons are fucking unicorns, therefore you can't say it's not true.
Even though nothing had been proven. You try to banish this one guy. Remember, he is just one guy. His name is Clay, supposedly. You try to use your power from having subscribers to send hate his way, and don't pretend like your followers weren't going to go over and cause him some mental hardship. You're a scumbag. So DarkViper, I'm addressing you directly, and I'd love to see you face to face. How are you any better than your friend who killed themselves, bullies? How are you better than any of them that harassed him? You're not. Like I said, how are you any better than the people that ended your friend's life because they wanted to harass and bully him for something that he hasn't actually done or been? Dreams prove that all of you jumped on a bandwagon without checking any kind of fucking proof. Tell me how you're any fucking better.
Dream clearly fucking cheated. The man has known about these claims for 2 fucking months. And now he's on Twitter saying, I might make a video about it at some point, just might talk about the claims that they've made. Motherfucker, he had 2 months to write a defense. 2 fucking months.
Did the clickbait pay off? Are you fucking happy with yourself? I hope you are. And now I'm going to read this word for word. What if this young man felt so depressed about this shaming that he also killed himself? I'll tell you exactly how that would make you feel. Next time I see you at a convention, whether it's TwitchCon or anywhere outdoors really, when I get my hands on you. Me and you are going to go through your video, word for word. I'm going to host it on a stage in front of thousands of people. At the end of me berating you without letting you talk, the audience will get to vote whether I beat some humility and respect into you, or you get to leave unscathed. Dark Viper, listening to this, how are you feeling? Scared? You should be. I'd wipe the fucking floor with you. Let's let that sit for 3, 2, 1. Alright, okay, I've let that sit with you long enough. Now, of course, I am not going to do that. I'm not going to threaten any kind of violence or hate towards you, because I'm not a low-life scumbag like you've been. And I understand people make mistakes, but you better fucking learn from it. Obviously, I'm not going to do what I just said, and I don't believe in doing what I just said. But that scared and anxious feeling that, Dark Viper, again, I'm addressing you directly, you must be feeling when I tell you that I'm going to wipe the floor with you when I see you. That is nothing compared to how your friend felt when he killed himself due to bullying online, or how Dream felt when you tried to end his career over something that he did not do. You hunted an innocent man like prey because you're a predator. Matt, it's time to swallow your pride and take some time to reflect. Guys, let me show you something. It's pissing me off. I'm always on Dark Viper's side. When he uploads videos berating these people for, I get up on screen now.
Is it wrong to use a bad person to achieve benefit for a good cause or a good person? Like, I consider myself a good person.
Read the title, I don't know what it says. But he's proven people to be scumbags and liars, and so he should. People shouldn't be like that on the platform. But you now have set a standard for yourself. You better be better than them people, because if you're not, I'm coming for you. Moving on to Toycat. Again, using Dream supposedly cheating for views.
Hello, I'm IBXToycat, and a former Minecraft Java Edition world record holder was accused recently of altering their drop rates for blaze rods and ender pearls. This is a fascinating accusation, and although we're not going to talk about this for the obvious drama that can come from it, I mean, a big YouTuber deciding to cheat is a very big deal, but instead the question to me is, why would someone who genuinely is good at the game decide to cheat in 1.16? What changed so much between 1.15 and 1.16 that made them decide to modify their game? And the answer is something they've actually answered publicly, and you can even see it inside of the proof video of the cheating. It is that they do not like the RNG in 1.16, but what makes it so bad that someone would consider cheating, that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video, so let's do it.
Now, I'm sorry, Toycat, you make out that you're this articulate guy. You didn't spend 2 seconds studying the statistics to work out that this was just completely ridiculous. You, my friend, I'm addressing you now directly, and don't think you're above me, because you're not. You make better videos than myself, and that's it. But you, my friend, should know better than most people exactly what this is like, and what you should not ever do. Like I said, you pretend to be really articulate, but you fail when it comes to humanity and reasonability. And this is going to sound harsh as fuck. So be it. They tried to ruin a guy's life. How can someone that looks like you not understand what it feels like to be bullied over something that they have no control over, or something that they did not do? And the reason I bring up your looks is because that's the only thing I see people berating you for in comments. I've seen the horrible things people say to you. I'm sure there's things that you would like to change about yourself. So before you get all high and fucking mighty, how about you take some time to reflect yourself, eh? I have no idea how someone that doesn't look like a model, I'm not saying you're ugly, but if you don't look like a model, you go to school, people pick on you. That is all I'm saying. But how can you think jumping on a bandwagon or bullying someone in a group is something that's acceptable? Come on, Toycat, you are better than this. I'm sorry, mate. We're from the same place. I know the culture. I know how it goes. You have felt the pressure of not being the best looking guy in the school or in uni. I understand UK culture, and I also understand YouTube comments. Like I said, this is not me saying that, Toycat, you're ugly. Just like your video is not saying the Dream cheated. Again, make your apology, mate, and move on. Let's be better people next time, eh? I wish instead of making videos where this isn't going to touch the people that I wanted to, I wish I could just speak to them face to face. Not to give them a hiding, as much as I would like to, but to record their live actions of me calling their shit out, and going through word for word exactly what they've said and how they've said it, and see if they really do stand against their word. Because I guarantee you Toycat would bitch out, and Dark Viper would probably sit there and cry like a bitch. And not because I think that I could beat them in an arm wrestling match, or that I'm a better person than them. I'm not, and I don't know if I could. But just to see if they could really stand by the hurtful things that they say online. Or I should say, they so bravely put online. I tell you what, maybe that could be a next video. I've got a few weeks off, I've got the motorcycle, she's all ready to go. Maybe I will confront a few of these people and see what they say to my face in front of a camera. And see whether they would like to make their apology then. See if they really want to stand to their word. Or whether they want to cry and go back to their computer. Remember, this isn't someone like Tesco that you're going at here. This is a one-man team. And a young man at that. Take responsibility, you fucking idiots. So maybe I will take the motorcycle for a worldwide tour. Maybe we'll stop by Oz. Maybe we'll stop by America and the UK. We'll see. Continuing with the fact that Dream is not just an entity like Tesco. Dream, his name is Clay, supposedly, right? He's one person. Clay has skyrocketed into stardom, into being famous, very quickly within 12 months. We've seen the side effects, or the complete effects of people becoming so famous so young. Let's take a look at the likes of Michael Jackson. Anyone from the Disney Channel, or any celebrity that grew a massive amount of fame so young. Let's take a look at Justin Bieber, just releasing songs about being so lonely, and meaning every word. It can really cause them to lose a grip on reality, and sometimes lose their heads, causing all kinds of mental trauma. Like Michael Jackson is a perfect example. Now Dream had a slightly angry reply to being accused of doing something, building his career on lies because he's cheating, right? I'm sorry, but Michael Jackson hung a fucking baby off a balcony. Dream got wrongly accused of doing something, and he replied, I just don't see where the standards are here. He may turn around and go, no, I'm sorry, you're all fucking idiots. If I said that, if Jack May said that, you go, oh, that's just Mitchell, that's just Jack. But if Dream says it, because he's normally so friendly and so calm, he's now the worst enemy in the world. I'm sorry, you guys need to grow up. Dream's official response, which is the one that matters, is that of a young, respectful man with his feet firmly grounded. Let's talk mental health. It is finally a big agenda, and so it should be. Let's not forget what the likes of Toycat and DarkViperAU, Matty, has tried to do. The cowards have tried to push the train of cancel culture onto Dream for no good reason. They had no beef with him. Dream is not a toxic person, and they inevitably wanted Dream to have some sort of mental breakdown, because why else would you harass someone online you don't know, they haven't done anything wrong, you're picking on someone that's done nothing. I'm going to read this from my notes as well. I want this to hit. Let's put it this way. Pretend Dream hung himself tonight because of this shame and embarrassment of something that he didn't do, because Dark Viper and Toycat were making memes out of something that he didn't do, and he prides himself. The only thing that matters in his life is making his videos and doing speedruns the correct way. But the reason that he hangs himself is because of the likes of all the other YouTubers like Toycat, like Dark Viper. I should just call them bunch of pussies. That's how they're going to be referenced from now on. So the bunch of pussies made him hang himself solely because of the embarrassment and shame, and he's put that on his suicide note, yeah? The next day, it gets undeniably proven that Dream didn't cheat, right? Would Matt, or Dark Viper, and Toycat be held partly responsible for his death? Would they be held accountable? I don't know. You tell me. Are they responsible for spreading the hate and lies towards him without doing any kind of fact-checking? Luckily, Dream has managed to prove himself innocent even though he had absolutely no need to. And also luckily for Dark Viper and Toycat, Clay, or Dream, however you want to call him, has a bigger set of balls than both of these cowards. I've changed their name. Let's call them Bitch Cat and Coward Viper. What I've got in front of me right here are printouts of, well, I left comments and tweets, both for these keyboard warriors, right, to both of them, hoping that they would agree that it was a huge mistake, a horrific judgment call, and that they would release a statement apologising. I've had no reply. And before any of you ask, you have under 1,000 subs. Who the hell are you to demand a reply or a statement from people like these? Let me tell you, you're part of the problem. Stop holding the likes of Dark Viper, Toycat, and even Dream as higher beings, gods, or anyone that deserves anything more, morally, than anyone else. The only difference is that they make better videos than myself. It does not give them any more goddamn entitlement to more human rights than I do or any of you do, just because I'm a shit YouTuber. And I tell you what, it's a good job that I'm never going to be a successful YouTuber, because instead of calling out the likes of KSI to a boxing match, the only two people I'd be interested in fighting in, I'd be doing the bully beatdown. I'd be requesting Toycat, and I would use my influence and subscriber gain to force on these cowards to get in the ring with me, and just let them know how it feels to be pressured into something, or accused of something that you didn't do. Let's make a meme of me knocking your head off your shoulders in a professional fight. It'll be so funny, I promise you. And you won't mind, because it's funny. I'm going to cut in here, because there's something that I thought of that would be very relevant, but I didn't include whilst recording. Let's show just how fucked these stats are. I hereby prove, undeniably, that Toycat beat his ex-girlfriend. 97% of men abuse women, according to Google, as you can see here. That statistic is right, correct? Also, Google shows if you have these characteristics, then you're a domestic abuser. Possessiveness, cruelty to animals, unpredictability. Therefore, I prove Toycat equals abuser. Also, Toycat confirmed his girlfriend left him, which means she left him because he abused her. Do you now see how bizarre this shit is? I've made a note of exactly what I just said, so I could be fair to Toycat and just clear his name, because that's clearly not true. Let's go back a step and break down just how non-contextualizing statistics and probability works, right? So Google says that 97% of abusers are men. Not 97% of men are abusers. It's like that really shit old saying that goes, not all Muslims are terrorists, but all terrorists are Muslims. Do you see what I mean? How damaging and just how off these statistics are. You see, when dealing with probabilities, chances, percentages, they have to be read correctly and used in correct context, not just in context that meets your requirements. You can't just reel them off as fact to fit your narrative, which is what they did against Dream, and what Toycat and Dark Viper fell into, which is why it's always important to check your facts. You do not have to be the smartest guy in the building to go, okay, it's not 1 in 7.5 trillion, it's 1.7482. You don't have to do that. Just look at it with reason. And yes, it's true that abusers host the characteristics of being possessive, jealous, cruel to animals. But me being jealous that my wife has bigger and better tits than me, although not for much longer if lockdown continues, but that doesn't mean that I'm abusing my wife. And that is enough said. Toycat, Dark Viper, the rest of you fuckers that have tried to ruin Dream's career just because you're jealous of how well he's done. Release a fucking apology video. That is the least that you owe him. But I think I've said my piece. I think I've said enough. And of course, there can be more videos made, but I'm more interested in, maybe I should go and have a face-to-face interview with these guys and see if they really do stand by their words. So I'll either be waiting for a reply, or maybe Dark Viper and Toycat will be cowards, hide away, get a little Discord server where they send people to try hate me online. Motherfucker, if you don't know what I've gone through in the last 6 months, you won't do nothing to me online. I've been through being arrested. I've been through nearly losing my job. Try it. I'll see you soon. The reason that I've seen Toycat and Dark Viper's videos is because I follow them. Toycat, you genuinely normally are a very nice guy. You fucked up. Dark Viper, you have very strong moral standings. I like it. And you are a good person normally. You call out bullshit. So please expect me to call out your bullshit. I'm not going to say I'm a fan, because I have a lot of YouTubers that I watch. But I do like both of your content. I think it's great. It's my kind of quirk. But we'll see what the type of response is. If you're still gonna be cowards and hide away, I'm not interested anymore. I'll hunt you down. Now, this isn't a threat to hurt any of you, but I will hunt you down online, and I will make you pay, word by word. The things that you say, that's enough ranting from me. I don't want anyone to think that I'm going to actually hurt someone. I'm not going to hunt down Viper. I'm not going to hunt down Toycat. I just want you to be held accountable for the things that you say and do. Like I said, we'll wait and see what the replies are. I'm waiting. And I'm sure you are too. Dark Viper hosted a video call with Dream. I called him a coward, which, looking back now, was true. However, he's now proved that he does have some sort of dignity. Was it because thousands of us called him out on his shit? Probably. Respect regardless to Matt for this. Now, Matt, or Dark Viper, didn't really give Dream a chance to voice his own concerns because all this call was Dark Viper asking Dream questions about the dam inside. So what I'm going to do is release the questions that should have been also asked to keep it non-biased. And I'm still going to call Matt out on his shit in some of this. Number 1. Why were the mods so quick to release an exposed video so quickly? If it simply wasn't for clickbait and jealousy, why didn't they release the analysis to Dream? Give him the same amount of time that they had to review the runs and allow him to respond. Once they had caught him, they could have released it then. It should have stayed private. 2. Matt said, you reacted to the situation like a cheater. It's simply not fair. Remember when Dark Viper reacted to someone calling him a scammer because he didn't pay him to edit TikTok videos? The time he responded angrily to literally anything like Friendly Baron. Would that be consistent with Matt being a liar also? And when the fuck did we become behavioral analysts? I have a quote from a behavioural scientist on YouTube that says, we can only judge a reaction based on once we know someone based on their reaction to what we know to be 100% true, such as asking their name and normal things. So Matt, don't pretend this analysis of Dream's behaviour is even fair or worth doing. The guy's career is solely made from being a lovely guy on YouTube who makes better content than yourself, way more better than myself. It is now being threatened to being taken away by exposing him. Let the guy panic. Like you said, people are in real prison because it doesn't look good. So let's throw that into the bin where it belongs, eh? Number 3. Why didn't you accept the fact Dream was reacting to the accusations? Or apologise for being a prick and jumping on a bandwagon, enjoying the fact that someone who's way more successful is looking to lose their career? There was no scope in Matt's questioning to ask questions from Dream's point of view, such as, Dream, they made a point of bringing up the mods pack and the modded folder. They showed it on screen and also showed that you didn't modify Minecraft at all, but they didn't say it. I think it's fair if we acknowledge this was very biased because they could have confirmed that the API was not amended, or at least the game files weren't. But instead they're using the same information to make it look like you were guilty. I acknowledge this is biased and could not have been mistakenly missed by the mod team. That would have been a fair question. Number 4. Dreams confirmed that not all the mods agreed on the numbers and accusations. Why wasn't this made public? They made an exposed video to show, look how honest and integral we are, but yet failed to let us all know that actually, the mod team hated Dream mostly. They banned him from ever speedrunning Bedrock, out of hate before any accusations or proof. Number 5, I just said it, but why didn't Matt ask, Dream, could you explain why you're banned from Bedrock speedrunning? Because it would confirm the mods are biased against Dream. Of course it would. Number 6. Dream was asked over and over why he reacted so angrily on Twitter and responds with the fact the mods messed him around. I just want to quickly explain something that's so simple. Imagine the police release a post saying the words, Dark Viper is a rapist. I apologise for being so extreme, but it hits home, right? So the police release a press statement saying Dark Viper is a rapist. We expect. More information in 3 weeks, probs. We'll let you know. Then, a month and a half later, they still haven't released the full statement, just the fact of what they're saying is fact, that Dark Viper's a rapist. How do you feel? Like it's biased? Unfair? There we go. Moving on. Number 7. Going back to the original response before re-editing this video, when I was just going for Dark Viper's jugular. He's been nothing but negative towards Dream with his accusations and questioning. The reason again is mental health and the disregard for Dream as a human with human rights. Viper calls him a split personality as reference, not completely bashing Dream but just using that as an example, which is fair. What's interesting is for the first 1/8 of the video uploaded by Matt, he seems very anti-Dream and I'll put you in your place sort of vibe, whereas after that he seems to relax more and agree more so with Dream. Is this a case where he wants to be seen as the almighty skeptic at the start of the video, where all of his views will be because like he said many times, I don't think this video will perform well, or as he said to Dream, there's going to be a lot of people that don't watch after the first 3 minutes. So, meaning that his retention would suck, as he says. Meaning his views all happen where he's going for Dream, rather than later on, where he chills out and agrees and understands Dream more as a human, than expecting him to be a perfectly performing robot. Number 8. What blows my mind is that Dream has been accused of manipulating blaze rods. Are you serious? So, if you play Minecraft, you'll get this. It doesn't make or break a run getting blaze rods faster by getting better RNG. This is completely void. How much time could you save by blaze rods dropping more often? A few seconds? Compared to how much time you could save finding a lava source sooner, or a village closer to spawn with food, beds, iron and lava. This is just a pointless way to so-called cheat. If you are at the spawner, the blaze rod spawner, then no one in the world needs to manipulate the drop rate, because them fuckers are everywhere, they drop 50% of the time, and they spawn quickly enough not to matter. What would save time is amending how much gold ore spawns close to you in the nether for piglin bartering, for example. So it's just a shit argument. Number 9, just to clear up the way that these stats are being looked at. What are the chances of you getting a run exactly like Dreams? This question is just simply bad, and not on purpose, I get that. Remember, the drop rates in question here are not the 100% best drop rates ever. It's a number above average, but miles away from the best during random number generation. So what are the chances that you do thousands of runs, and one of them runs you get even better RNG than Dream? That should be the question. The chances may seem lower, but remember, RNG doesn't operate in counting up in an orderly figure. Exactly, it kind of does a little bit. But after run 7, you could have a 99th percentile worse luck. It's not impossible on your 8th run that you get better blaze drops rates than Dream. Or when you leave the nether portal, you spawn on top of an end portal room. Number 10, Dream brings up behavioural analysis, and Matt even says, you can't use one for this because people act in a completely different way. So that's confirmed his earlier quote of, you acted like a guilty person, his exact words, is flawed, and he truly doesn't agree with what he says, which by the way is fine. The important thing isn't to double down on an idea that you originally had. It's better that once you realise or learn of something new that differs from what you already thought and you know to be true, then changing opinion shows good leadership and integrity. Number 11, Matt says Dream misrepresents and misleads the audience because he said 1 in a trillion things happen every day, because that's less likely to happen to Dream specifically. That's silly again, because if these chances were true, then it would happen to someone who ended up being Dream. We weren't sat here 2 years ago saying, when are these 1 in a trillion chances going to happen to Dream? No one was thinking about it. We only notice the things that happen. Like, none of you got struck by lightning today. How normal is that? So when something unlikely happens, it has to happen for someone to notice. And it has to happen to someone. If it ends up being Dream, then it happens to Dream. If it happened to me offline, then Dream wouldn't be accused of cheating, and you wouldn't even be looking at this video. What's the likelihood Dream gets this lucky? I think that explains why a question is a little biased against Dream. Not on purpose, but it's just a shit question when you look back at it, and I don't think DarkViper realised, which is fine. This is a quick response. Number 12, I get why Matt struggled with the stopping rule. Let me just say this, and it's not perfect. If Dream needs 10 pearls, right, and he gets them 20% of the time, so for every 5 gold, he gets a pearl, yeah? That's a 20% drop rate, correct? Dream stops on the 10th pearl because he doesn't need to trade anymore, simply put. However, the chances are the next 4 gold he barters won't drop a pearl. So really, Dream always stops the second he gets the last pearl, even though the next 4 barters would not be a pearl, likely. So if Dream also bartered 4 more times for an extra pearl, but didn't get one, it's not truly a 20% drop rate. It's just biased to give Dream the best drop rate possible, which is biased. I have to mention this, but Matt keeps mentioning how important facts and backup arguments are. Yeah, he released a video calling Dream a cheater by believing information that wasn't explained to him specifically, and he is not qualified to check. So Dream can't be in the wrong, if Matt is also doing the exact same thing. This is a moral argument, so I'll drop it there. 14. Another moral point. Matt asks Dream to explain his point of saying the mods made him look as guilty as possible, and he keeps going at it. I'll refer Matt back to his original video calling Dream a cheater without intending to do the correct research. He has the reach to get the same correct stats as Dream. If he didn't, then he should have shut the fuck up and not clickbaited simply. That's a fair comment. 15. I have to put this twice. DarkViper keeps going at Dream for calling the mods out for being malicious, right? Simply put, the mods released a public video calling him a cheater. Therefore, they made a point of trying to ruin Dream's career. Dream doesn't need to justify why he thinks the mods are looking guilty. It's in the title, just like it was in Matt's video. If there's one reason why it's clickbait, because they didn't keep this private. They bashed Dream as quickly as they possibly could. They accused him and spent a month and a half or 3 months or whatever releasing a video. Why didn't they release that to Dream first? Dream respond to them, and then if they find Dream guilty, they should have released it publicly then. But they didn't do that. So it's malicious. Alright, so, number 16, Matt goes back over Dream getting banned from Bedrock speedrunning, and he says it was reasonable even though it was before any kind of conclusion. As Dream says, how could it not be biased if he gets banned the second a randomer accuses Dream of cheating without facts? If Matt concludes that speedrunning mods are to be trusted as fact, because he believes their statistics without double checking them, then it's clear that these mods still have bias. Number 17, and the last one, because it got friendly after this. But number 17, Matt says, how can you prove that what you say about the mods disliking you isn't biased? How do we know that you didn't provoke them? Again, it's weird that he can ask that when he keeps going back to Dream's non-professional, out-of-character response when he was factually unfairly provoked. So it's still not totally fair what Matt's bringing up. What's important to note is Matt's asking more questions about what the people want to hear, not exactly what Matt believes, and things that are in his comment section. So to be fair, all of this is clarifying what people want to know, even if he's only asking questions that try to make Dream look as bad as possible. Again, for example, Matt doesn't ask, why did they try to expose you without letting you privately respond first? That would have been a question that goes against hating Dream, and it's apparent that these kind of questions are left out on purpose. Maybe for a reason I haven't thought of, but I'm sticking with integrity here, it's an issue. There we go. The video finally ends in a very friendly thank you, and agreeing they understand each other's opinions. So I just want to finish this video off by saying, don't go hating anyone in this video. It's clearly what I've spent ages telling you that I don't wish for anyone. I used approaching Toycat and DarkViper only as a context to get a point across. I'm glad that this whole thing is over. Of course, Matt's actions and Toycat's actions have hurt Dream in some kind of way. I know he stopped halfway through saying that his feelings were also hurt, but during COVID-19, I just think going at someone's throat without good reason needs to be called out as bullshit, which was my original plan and which I think I've done successfully. Luckily, Dream has the balls to go on and have a chat with DarkViper that's only going to be accusing him. Obviously, Dream attended Matt's channel, and it doesn't benefit him whatsoever because Matt's a lot smaller of a channel and has nothing to do with Minecraft or authority. But Matt is also going to get a big boost from Dream fans, scrabbling back his fans, who he already lost by being too hot-headed. But fuck it, we all make mistakes. With that being said, go show Dream and Matt some love. Don't leave Toycat love or hate, just leave him cower in the corner until he grows the balls as big as Matt would dream. I've been Ghost, this was Beatdown. Just be fucking nice, will you?